This rookie officer has just witnessed a murder, and it was by her own people.
Train's moving too fast for you to put the brakes on it. Already got rid of everybody that can talk.
Now, they want to silence her from exposing the truth.
What are you doing? What are you doing here?
And the street gangs are also after her.
I want that bitch dead. Now.
She must do everything to survive. Welcome back to Favorite Recap. Enjoy the movie. The film begins with Alicia West, a determined young woman, going for an early morning jog. During her run, she is suddenly stopped by police officers who aggressively attempt to arrest her. The situation escalates quickly, but they soon realize that Alicia is a rookie cop, and their actions were a result of mistaken identity. Embarrassed, they apologize and leave, but Alicia is left visibly shaken and upset by the encounter. Seeking solace, she visits her mother's grave at the cemetery to gather her thoughts. The following day at work, Alicia expresses her frustrations to her partner, Jennings, sharing how her arrival in the precinct hasn't been welcoming. Jennings, trying to lift her spirits, encourages her to stay positive. Together, they set out on patrol. As they drive through town, Alicia observes the deteriorating state of her old neighborhood. Many houses have been demolished, and the area, known as Kingston Manor, now stands as a neglected slum. Jennings explains that the neighborhood is rife with crime and considered so dangerous that officers rarely respond to calls unless another cop is in immediate danger. During their patrol, Jennings stops for coffee, leaving Alicia inside the car. However, Alicia soon spots a kid by the store and decides to talk to him. The young boy's name is Jamal. Their conversation is abruptly interrupted by Jamal's mother, Missy, who aggressively pulls him away and warns Alicia to stay away from her son. Alicia recognizes Missy as a childhood friend, but Missy coldly denies knowing her. Missy and her crew leave, while the storekeeper, Mouse, who is Missy's cousin, tries to lighten up the situation. Alicia asks him about Missy, and Mouse explains that Missy has her own struggles, which might explain her cold behavior. Despite the growing tension, Alicia pays for Jennings' coffee, and the two continue their patrol. Back at the station, Jennings mentions he has a date planned for the evening. Their conversation is interrupted by another officer, Sarge, who tells Jennings he needs him to work a double shift. Wanting to help, Alicia volunteers to take Jennings' place. So Sarge assigns her to partner with Deacon Brown, and although Deacon is initially displeased with having a rookie as his partner, Alicia reassures him of her capabilities, mentioning her military experience in Kandahar. However, when Deacon asks if she has ever worked a night shift, she admits she hasn't. Their conversation turns tense when Deacon questions her insistence on wearing a body camera. Alicia stands her ground, stating that as long as he has nothing to hide, the camera shouldn't be a problem. Moments later, the duo receives a dispatch about a disturbance at a local bar involving a potentially armed suspect. Upon arrival, they find two men fighting. Alicia detains one of them and tries to calm him down, but as she does, the other suspect reaches for a weapon. Deacon quickly intervenes, stopping the suspect and aggressively arresting him. Alicia initially protests against Deacon's rough handling of the situation, but falls silent when Deacon reveals a gun hidden in the suspect's back pocket. Later, over dinner, Alicia apologizes to Deacon for questioning him and thanks him for saving her life. Deacon uses the moment to warn her about the dangers of the job, advising her to view fellow cops as her true family rather than the community she serves. Their conversation is interrupted by a phone call on Deacon's personal phone. After the call, he tells Alicia they have to respond to a situation, though the circumstances seem unusual. Confused but compliant, Alicia follows Deacon to the scene. Upon arrival, Deacon instructs her to wait in the car while he goes to meet an informant. As Alicia waits, she spots a man attempting to steal a car. She intervenes, forcing the suspect to escape. Moments later, she hears gunshots from the building Deacon entered. Acting on instinct, Alicia rushes inside, wearing her bulletproof vest and body camera. Inside, she witnesses a disturbing scene. Deacon is with two narcotics detectives, Malone and Smitty. The trio kill some drug dealers in what appears to be a rogue operation. Shocked, Alicia freezes, her body camera recording everything. Realizing she is watching, Malone tries to justify their actions, but Smitty notices the camera and panics. Without hesitation, Smitty shoots Alicia. She falls down the building, but her bulletproof vest absorbs most of the impact, and she survives. Malone, boiling with anger, orders Smitty to find Alicia and retrieve her body cam. Frustrated, he blames Brown for bringing a rookie to the scene, arguing that her presence has jeopardized their operation. Malone decides they'll frame Alicia's death as collateral damage from a drug raid and instructs Brown to help Smitty locate her. However, Smitty soon reports that Alicia has managed to escape. Despite her injuries, Alicia manages to flee the power station. She tries to call for backup, but Malone intercepts her communication, assuring dispatch that he has the situation under control and no further assistance is needed. As she exits the building, Smitty spots her and fires, initiating a desperate chase. Alicia runs through the neighborhood, seeking help from residents, but they turn her away, fearing repercussions. Malone and his team nearly catch her, but she evades them again, prompting Malone to widen the search area. During her escape, Alicia stumbles across a patrol car. Relieved, she waves it down, hoping for aid. The officers initially promise to help, but Alicia quickly realizes they're part of Malone's corrupt network. Panicked, she flees once more as they chase her, demanding the body cam. Alicia eventually finds refuge in Mouse's store. Seeing her condition, Mouse insists she leave immediately, fearing the trouble her presence could bring. Alicia pleads with him, explaining that she was shot by dirty cops and only needs to stop the bleeding and make a quick call to her partner. Mouse reluctantly agrees, and Alicia calls Jennings. She explains the situation and tells him she must upload the body cam footage to the station. Jennings promises to meet her in 30 minutes. However, their conversation is cut short when a police officer knocks on the door. Mouse, under pressure, admits he called the police, apologizing to Alicia for not wanting to get involved. The officer aggressively questions Mouse, forcing him onto the counter to handcuff him. Another officer searches the store for Alicia. After verifying Mouse's ID and finding nothing suspicious, they let him go. Mouse fabricates a story about why he called, subtly protecting Alicia from being discovered. After the officers leave, Mouse apologizes again, and Alicia thanks him for not betraying her. Determined to move quickly, she uses glue to seal her wound, a survival trick she learned in Iraq. Later, Alicia meets Jennings, hoping for support, but her trust is shattered when she realizes he is also part of Malone's corrupt circle. Reacting swiftly, she forces Jennings to pull over after crashing their car into another patrol car. She then handcuffs him and escapes once more. Exhausted and desperate, she seeks refuge at Mouse's home. Mouse, initially hesitant to help further, gives in when he sees the gravity of her situation. He agrees to let her stay for the time being. Meanwhile, Malone cooks up a cover story, telling the captain that Alicia killed a young man during a violent clash between the 999s and the Kingston crew. The young man is revealed to be Zero, the nephew of Darius, the Kingston crew's leader. Furious over his nephew's death, Darius vows revenge, ordering his crew to hunt down and kill Alicia. Jennings informs Malone that Alicia might have sought help from someone at Mouse's store. So they proceed to review the store's camera footage and confirm that Alicia had been there. Meanwhile, a bounty is placed on Alicia's head by the Kingston crew for Zero's death. Jamal, seeing the bounty posters, visits Alicia at Mouse's apartment. He confronted her at gunpoint. As tensions rise, Mouse intervenes and calms Jamal, who shows them the posters accusing Alicia of killing Zero. As they discuss the situation, Malone and Smitty arrive at Mouse's apartment. Alicia and Mouse manage to escape, but they are pursued into the streets. Then Darius's gang arrives and a firefight ensues. During the fight, Mouse is shot in the leg. Despite his injury, Mouse urges Alicia to keep going, instructing her to find a pastor he trusts for help. Refusing to let him slow her down, Mouse reassures Alicia that he'll manage on his own. Unfortunately, Mouse is captured by Darius's men and brought to their hideout. Darius tortures him for information about Alicia's whereabouts, but Mouse refuses to betray her. Instead, he defends her, insisting she's innocent and didn't kill Zero. In the meantime, Alicia uses her body cam to record a video exposing Malone's corruption and clearing her name. In the video, she explains how Malone orchestrated the events leading to Zero's death and framed her for the crime. She hides the body cam in a wardrobe before preparing for her next move, determined to bring the truth to light and clear her name. Alicia decides to surrender herself to Darius, walking into the dangerous Kingston neighborhood. She is eventually captured and brought to Darius. As Darius prepares to kill her, she pleads for her life, explaining that Malone was the one who killed Zero and that her body cam recorded everything. This evidence is why Malone is hunting her. Intrigued, Darius orders his son, Ted, to hack into the footage. Initially, Ted struggles with the encryption, but after multiple attempts, he successfully accesses the video. The footage devastates Darius, confirming Alicia's claims. Realizing the truth, Darius releases Mouse. However, before they can act further, the police raid the apartment, sparking a violent gunfight. In the chaos, Malone kills Darius, while Alicia and Mouse manage to escape. Meanwhile, tensions among the corrupt cops boil over. Smitty, who is still enraged over earlier disputes with Brown, shoots him from behind. Smitty then tracks down Alicia and Mouse after they are briefly stopped by another officer. Smitty kills the cop and attacks the pair. Alicia fights back and ultimately kills Smitty in self-defense. Despite surviving the confrontation, Mouse warns Alicia that with the entire police force after her, her odds of escape are slim. He insists on taking the body cam to the station to upload the footage himself. Alicia reluctantly agrees. As Mouse heads to the station, Jennings spots him but lets him pass, choosing to do the right thing this time. Meanwhile, Malone confronts Alicia, and the two engage in a brutal fight. They both fall into a courtyard where the crowd begins to watch. With help from Missy, Jamal's mother, Alicia gains control of Malone's gun. However, the SWAT team orders her to stand down just about the same time that Mouse manages to successfully upload the footage at the station. The captain sees the video and immediately orders the team to stand down. Malone, realizing he's exposed, tries to shoot Alicia, but is instead shot by Jennings. Malone is arrested and charged on 3 counts of murder, and Alicia earns the respect she deserves. She and Missy eventually reunite. The movie ends as Alicia visits her mother's grave once more, and then returns home with Mouse. If you enjoyed this recap, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next recap.